Boys, I am so excited that my Falcons got the first win of the season against a great team and the New York Giants. Now, let's be real. I was ecstatic that they got their first win. If they lost to the Giants this week, I was going to lose my mind more than I lost my mind in week number 1 against the Eagles. In no way are the Giants an amazing team. It scared me to death that game was even close, but we got the win. And that's what was important. We got our first dub. It didn't feel the best, but I seen a lot of promise. And again, like I said, with the whole new coaching staff, I sound like a broken record, but I slowly see it starting to come into effect, and that makes me really happy. Matty Ice, he threw for 243 yards with 2 touchdowns. He had 0 interceptions. He had one very questionable throw to Kyle Pitts that I was very nervous about in the end zone. There was one, I think, also, which was almost picked off, which I wasn't too happy about, but he looked good. He looked calm. That was a lot of people's concerns I seen going through the comments, which I hate to do because you guys hurt my feelings all the time.
Oh.
But a lot of people say that Matty Ice is washed up. He's the issue, and I feel like he's not, to be honest.
Also, not to cut you off real quick, I think that throw you're talking about was also pass interference on Kyle Pitts. Yeah, well, wasn't that defensive PI? Is that the one you're talking about?
That was the one where he way overthrew.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like
there was one he threw to him in the end zone and it missed, but it was PI. So I was like, I don't know if you could count that or not.
No, I think it was an early one where he tossed it right over his head. A crazy note and a good note. Cordell Patterson is still just blowing my mind. He might be the best Atlanta Falcon right now. He had 82 receiving yards and 20 rushing yards, which he is a running back. Just another stat. Kelvin Ridley, he had 8 catches for 61 yards. That's our number 1 receiver. And our number 1 draft pick out of this year, Kyle Pitts, had 2 targets for 35 yards.
Oh, is that frustrating?
So our second string running back, technically,
he came into the league as a receiver, though. And then he switched.
He did.
You can start him as a running back or receiver in fantasy leagues.
That's tight.
And that's what's fantastic because, like I said, I'm not mad in any way because if people kind of just leave him open, I'll let him run for as long as he wants to run, man. A little dump pass.
I feel like they kind of overused him a little bit. Some of it was predictable. Like they would just dump it off to him a little bit too much.
Well, that's the one thing, too, that it frustrates me to no end, which I'm sure you guys get this, too, as Steeler fans. It's so predictable. It's like first down, run right up the middle. Second down, run to the outside. Third down and long, oh, no, we got to go for a deep pass. It's like, come on.
And everybody knows it's coming.
Exactly. Everybody knows it's coming. It's like, oh, who are we going to cover? Calvin Ridley. It gets so predictable. And like I said, we don't have, in my opinion, which Mike Davis and Cordell Patterson, they're getting it done. I can't really say too much bad stuff about them. They're
to be
not
realistic, though, you definitely have like one of the lower tier running back duos.
For sure. And that's why you can't do that because, again, it's like it gets predictable and you don't have the caliber back there to run through the line. You know what I mean? You just can't make that happen. Mike Davis, let me get to his stats. He had 50 rushing yards. He had 20 receiving yards. So, again, like I said, he's not performing at the caliber that I would like him to, but honestly, our whole offense kind of isn't. Again, like I said, Calvin Ridley, he should have I would like to see him close to 100 yards every game.
Yeah, they kind of got to get the pass game going.
Exactly.
They kind of have enough to get a decent run game going, like just enough to kind of not have to rely on the pass game the whole time.
So, something I'm very excited about, our next 3 opponents, it's going to be the Washington football team, the New York Jets, and the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, winnable games. Very winnable games.
They're very winnable games. This could get us technically right back into the division.
What are you expecting them to go 2-1 out of those games?
I would like them to go 2-1 out of those games. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, the football team game and the Dolphins game could go either way for me.
Which is the toughest, in your opinion, out of those 3?
I mean, based on what I've seen them do against. Yeah,
probably.
That's Zach Wilson's breakout game. Right now, I think the Dolphins, to be honest.
Yeah, they gave the Raiders a fight. That was scary.
Yeah, Washington hasn't really done much, in my opinion, for what we thought they were going to do. Their defense, like I said, is in no means bad, but they haven't really worked to the caliber that everybody expected them to.
You know the percent of snaps Kyle Pitts is in the game by chance?
I don't, unfortunately.
I'm curious about that because he is just not involved at all.
So what he does is, they just won't pass it to him for literally 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter he has a really big play, and it gets me excited. And then it's like, oh, he's done.
If you're taking him in the first round,
Because remember, they could have taken a quarterback
exactly.
in the first round.
Like, you guys
could
need
have
to
Justin Fields or
use
Mac
him.
Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And that's
I
what's
expected
kinda
you guys to
frustrating.
use him as almost number 2 guy.
That's why I said at the very start, Cordell Patterson has more receiving yards than Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts.
That's mind blowing to me.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So one thing that I'm very satisfied about as well is we were 4 for 28, or penalty wise, we had 4 penalties for 28 yards. The past few weeks, man, it has been penalty after penalty after penalty. In week number 1, we had a penalty, our combined penalties, I think, went for 99 yards or something like that. We gave up a touchdown just in penalties. That's ridiculous. That's so undisciplined. So I'm very satisfied to see that that's going down. Our rushing attempts, we had 20 rushing attempts again for 69 total yards, which I hate to see. We had our third down percentage was 5 for 13. Which I don't want to see that. That's horrible. Like I said, there was
that's not that bad.
The worst.
I'm not, dude. I don't know.
It could be better, but it's not like
That's pretty average. To be
yeah.
honest.
And you guys kind of held Saquon in check. I know he scored, but he didn't go off, did he?
No.
He had a few receiving.
No.
He might
So-
have had more receiving yards than running yards.
So they had 27 attempts for 100 rushing yards. So again, obviously they did better than us in that, but like I said, it was close. Our red zone, we went 2 for 2. Which you love to see. Again, in the past few weeks, we get in the red zone, we'd have to settle for field goals. You can't do that, especially with, like you said, us taking a tight end and Kyle Pitts in number 1.
That's it.
You have to.
I just don't understand that at all.
You have to do that. But like I said, honestly, it's very promising. And again, this is just the New York Giants. This is an 0-2 team versus an 0-2 team. But if we didn't win this game, I would have lost all hope, to be honest. I really would have. And again, like I said, with Tampa losing to the Rams, that kind of makes that division a little bit closer. We're still in last place. The Carolina Panthers, of all teams, are 3-0. They're kind of taking off with it, but I haven't lost all hope. After week 1, I was devastated, but it's starting to slowly come back. I'm starting to think, hey, maybe the changes that they made actually are helping. It just takes some time.
Yeah, Panthers just picked up a corner. Might be pretty decent, though.
Thank you.
Their defense,
Thank you for finally jumping on the bus.
They might be improving.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for these next 3 weeks. Like I said, I expect to get 2 wins. Now, if we get 3 wins, I'll be, ecstatic. But again, this was something for me to smile about. I was enjoying watching a Falcons game, even though it was close, and my heart was pounding the entire time. But I had fun watching the Falcons, and that's what I want to do on a week-to-week basis.
Must be nice. Welcome to the 2-1 club.
Oh, 1-2 club.
1-2 club.
1-2
Sorry,
club.
I still haven't accepted. I'm still in the 5 stages of depression.
What stage? Stage 3 probably, right?
Stage 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, boys. We'll get through it.
Wins acceptance? That's the last one, right?
Yeah, that's first.
No, that's acceptance is the last, dude. That's
Denial
stage 5.
is first.
Yeah.
I thought accepting that you have a problem is number 1, so you can help get past that problem.
No, I think that's the last.
I
step.
might not be there for a while.
I think I've accepted the fact already, so I think I'm done.
It's some very, very Jurassic weeks again. You'll watch the Steelers one. You'll have a very different mood from the Falcons one. I feel like that's going to be
Can we have a both good week type of deal? That'd be pretty cool.
I would love to. I would love to.
I feel like we're not going to have too many of those today.
No.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next one.